with an educated opinion on topics of all varieties. Yo, it's your boy Bubba, and you are listening to Bubba's Banter. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm being corny. Yo, what's good, y'all? It's your motherfucking boy. I ain't gotta say no names, right? It's your boy Bubba, and you are listening to Bubba's Banter. Yo, first off, let me say I'm very fucking congested, y'all. So my voice, I sound all stuffed up, is because I'm fucking congested like a motherfucker. Like I don't know if y'all can hear me like trying to talk through my nose, but that's what's happening right now. Like I'm very, very congested, and I cannot help it. And I'm so sorry if y'all hear this show and I just sound a motherfucking muck. Okay, you might even hear me cough. You might even hear me sneeze. You might even hear me blow my nose once. And I'm gonna try to edit that part out though. But these allergies have been Mike Tysoning my ass for the past month, and I have a doctor's appointment on Tuesday, thankfully, and hopefully they can give me something that's gonna do way better than fucking Benadryl and Claritin, because none of it works. Benadryl, all it does is make me fucking sleepy. It helped the symptoms for a little bit, but it makes me sleepy. Claritin works, but it only works for like fucking like an hour, and then I'm back to itching my nose and like sneezing. Like I need something. I need a decongester. A good decongester. Yeah, that's what I need. And I can't wait to go to the doctor. So I hope they give me something really, really good. Because I don't know what's going on. I don't like it. But anyways, I haven't talked to y'all in a minute. I'm so sorry. I have been like bobbing and weaving through the chaos. I have so much stuff going on. Good and bad though. It's not like everything is bad. It's just, I have a lot of stuff going on. I had to cancel 2 shows and I was like, fuck, that's not going to be good. But I was like, okay, I can make it up for June, whatever. But speaking of June, I do want to say happy Pride Month to my days and gays. I love y'all. Be safe out here, because these are Republicans and conservative folks are out here to eat us alive, because they so oppressed over seeing a rainbow for the month of June, as if like 4th of July ain't all about freedom and shooting fireworks and acting crazy. But it's so weird. It's so weird how people get so offended in the month of June. Like I have a topic, so I'm gonna save it for what I really want to say. But again, happy Pride Month to my days and gays. Also happy Pride to my allies. I love you guys. I have a lot of straight allies that listen to my show. I really do appreciate you guys supporting me, not because I'm gay, but I want to say thank you for allowing me to be myself in your environment. That really makes a lot. I always talk about safe spaces and shit sometimes, and it's important to have those friends and people and family who allow you to be yourself 100% of the time. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that shit more than you know. So happy Pride to you too, honey. Honey. But yeah, so tonight is going to be a solo dolo show. I do want to say know where to follow me at, which is Bubba's Banter Podcast. Also follow my personal, which is The Real Doc Dre. Follow my Facebook page, which is Bubba's Banter as well. And I'm thinking about making a TikTok, y'all. I dumped Twitter because Twitter is only good for like porn and like writing think pieces. Mostly porn, but think pieces. But yeah, that's really pretty much what it is for Twitter. So I dumped it. I was like, I don't need this. Like this, like I fuck around, post a dick pic on Twitter and on the wrong one. Like I can't have a Bubba's Banter page and be flipping back and forth through pages. Like, nah, I'm good. Look at me putting out my shit. I'm doing too much. Anyways, yes. So I'm probably gonna make a TikTok. So be on the lookout for that. Also, I want to say, go get them bearskin undies. Go get them, y'all. Go get them. Go get them. They were literally designed with the big man in mind. And I'm telling you guys, they are good. This and me saying this, like me being an ambassador, I don't get paid for this advertisement, just so you guys know. I do this because I really love bearskin underwear. It's also a gay owned company, and it's localized here in PDX. So I'm like, I gotta support them, and they're just so great. Like the owners, Jody and Bjorn, are just really did I say co-owners? The owners, let me say that, because I feel like I butchered it. The owners Jody and Bjorn are just really good people, and so they support me in and I've did a few shoots with them, and so I really support their business. Like it's really a good brand, and I think you guys will love them too, just as much as I love them. They got a R&B leopard print out. It's so cute. It's giving like Disco in the Jungle vibes. Like they're really cute. I really like this print that they came out with. And it's summer, right? So y'all should probably go get them motherfucking Speedos and shorts, because it's summer. It's summer. Go get you some Speedos for the pool parties and shit like that in the river. Go get them. They cute too. So if you use my promo code Bubba, you'll get 15% off. All right. So go ahead and hit them up. Go to the website. You do it. Let me give, and I know some of y'all don't know how to spell. So Bearskin SKN.com. Look at me fucking not knowing how to spell. Anyways, let's get it. It is Solo Dolo Show. So as you guys know, I got on Twitter and I posted a whole bunch of like questionnaires. Not Twitter, Instagram. Look at me talking about fucking up the websites. So Instagram, I got on Instagram and I posted, a questionnaire on both pages this time around. And I got about 35 questions collectively. And I only narrowed it down to 7 because some of them was not that good. And y'all be playing in my questionnaires and I don't be having time for that. So I picked 7 of those and I'm going to talk about those 7, and I picked them on the strength of me being able to like fully talk about the question, in a way of like discussing it and elaborating on the question. So first question is, how do you feel about the Target situation? Honestly, like, it's funny to me at this point because it happens like every June of every year. Like, we've been hearing about this shit since like 2015, 16, that they been doing this at Target, like going to the Target stores, tearing the products down and blah, 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 and this and this and that. And it's just so weird to me. It's so weird to me how people can be so offended about rainbows and gay shit on clothes. Like, I don't understand it. Like, it's giving obsessed. It's giving I want to suck some dick but don't know how to tell you I want to suck some dick. Like, girl, get over yourself. Get the fuck over yourself. Like, no one really cares that you're offended, and stop trying to act like they're coming for the kids. Like, that was the thing that really pissed me off too, is like the misinformation that happens so much with like on social media is just so daunting to me, and like people don't realize that shit can get you hurt or get you killed, literally. So it's the misinformation part for me. Like, they were sitting here saying that there's a kid pride section, which the Target that I've been to, the 2 Targets that I've been to in the past 2 weeks, or the past week, sorry, because it's only been like a week of June. It's like, the 2 that I went to, Targets, there was no motherfucking like kid section for Pride. Like, none of that. And then when you go to the Pride section, they tried to say that there were baby swimsuits had binding tucking features and binding features. Like, no, on the swimsuits. And those are all for adults. None of it's for kids. Even when I looked at the kids' onesies that had the like Pride flag and the trans flag, there was no tucking feature on it. What are you talking about? Why are you guys spreading misinformation? And this is what I'm talking about. Misinformation is a serious thing, guys. Like, people put stuff out and then people really believe it. People really fucking believe it, and it's just annoying. It's so fucking annoying to me, and I'm so tired of hearing about it. Like, I'm so tired of hearing about it. Like, and I think, like, okay, I'm gonna say this. I don't think any kid should have to know about sexualities, right? Homosexuality, heterosexuality, whatever sexuality, right? I agree on that. No kid should have to know about that, right? We shouldn't have to, but there is a way to teach kids about homosexuality without the sex part. Just like how we have been doing for years, for eons with heterosexuality, right? Like, we know about, marriage between a man and a woman. Hold on, y'all. Fuck, I gotta sneeze. I'm sorry, I'm back. We've been learning about heterosexual relationships, different heterosexual relationships. We done see it displayed on TV throughout, eons. I like saying eons. That's a great word to me. We've been noticed since most of our lived experience. We've seen nothing but heterosexual agenda on TV, because I like to call it the gay agenda. I'm gonna say the heterosexual agenda. We've seen that on TV most of our lives, through movies, through music, through everything. And so the fact that like y'all sitting up here acting like we want y'all motherfucking kids, girl, fuck them kids. Sit down. But I think my only concern about the issue is the employees. Like, it's sad when you have to go through so much shit as an employee. Like, I know for a fact, working for TSA, we go through some shit with people, with passengers. Like, we really do. Like, we have to take a lot of the shit that passengers throw on us, especially when they like running late for a flight, or, you know, they can't get their way. They like to dump on us, you know. And sometimes, like, I've gotten to a point where I realize with passengers, like, when they dump like their shit on us, it literally has something to do with us or me as an officer, or even the process. They just don't like the fact that they got caught up in doing something that they're not supposed to be doing. You know what I'm saying? And like, most of the times that's what it is. So, but just to be a employee at a place where we're being harassed all the time, and now, you know, Targets nationwide are pushing their pride products, you know, further back, or sections further back into the stores because they don't want it to be seen. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's sad, but whatever, it is what it is. Like, I'm over it at this point. Like, I ain't got nothing to do with that. But I just feel bad for those employees, and I don't really want to talk about it even more because I know I'm probably going to talk about it a lot this month. So, next question, right? So I was actually trying to save this question for my boy Cecil that's been on here multiple times. If you listen to my show, if you're a regular and you're subscribed to my show, you know my boy Cecil, we be chopping it up and we really be getting down on shit. Like, we be getting down on shit. But I was going to save this question for him, but I think I'm going to end up bringing it back up to him. But anyways, it says, how do you feel about Black conservatives or Republicans? Honestly, I don't really feel any type of way. I do, but like, I don't. Like, it's a catch-22, you know? Like, because this is going to sound funny too. It's going to sound funny, but I listen and I watch a lot of Black conservative content creators. I watch their shit, and it's because I find it intriguing. Like, it's so easy to lie. Like, it's so easy to make up shit. Like it's so easy to lie and make up shit and like or like exaggerating. Oh my God. The exaggeration of most conservative, like Black conservatives, or actually, no, I coined a term called the diversity conservatives. So the diversity conservatives is like a coalition, if you will say, or if that's the right word to say, of people who are all of different, like, races, sexualities, whatever. They're you know, they go against the average American who is fighting against racism or homophobia or women's rights or trans rights, or, you know, whatever it is. You know, these people literally fight against, you know, these individuals who are of the same orientation or race or gender. They fight against the ones who are fighting against those, you know, those bad things that are happening in America. And so you see so many, like, of these people. Like, okay, for instance, content creator Amala. I don't know her last name, but I like her. Like, I think and the reason why I like her is because she's so smart. I know she's smart as fuck. She's a smart girl. She can sing too. But she's so smart. She's so smart. And the way she articulates her points and views, like the way she make you, it's almost believable by some of the things that she talks about. It's very believable. It's almost like I want to be on her side, but she also, like, this is kind of very single-minded in, like, the way that you're thinking about, you know, certain aspects or certain things or certain topics. It's like, this is an individual situation that, like, you're not looking at it from a broad terms of things. Like, it's very, like, you know, like you know, those people that like to go against the grain on every single thing just for no reason. Like, that's kind of how she is sometimes when she talks about certain things. But she's a smart girl, like, and I just love, like, listening to her content just so I can be like, okay, cool, like, you know. And it's funny, like, it's just funny. I don't know how to say her last name. I don't want to pronounce it because I'll butcher it. I meant to say that earlier. I'll butcher the fuck out of it. But again, like, when you think about it, like, she's a woman, she's biracial, you know, she's straight. I'm assuming. And like, she's just like a fresh of breath air to a lot of these white Americans who are tired of hearing, you know, different people fight against, you know, homophobia, racism, or whatever isms there is out there in the world. And she is literally one of those people. And they have built so much of, like, content nowadays. Like, it's almost as if it's scary because, again, I'm gonna say it again. the conservative diversity, or the diversity conservatives, they've built like a coalition, and most of these people literally are like Trump supporters, or they're very they're very on the red side of things, like the right wing side of things, like very political. And I honestly believe that and personally to me, because you think of people like okay, Candace Owens is the OG of all those people. Candace Owens is literally the OG of this type of conservative movement. Like, because when you think about these conservatives nowadays, or these conservative content creators nowadays, they're very young. Some of these people are like 19, 20, 22, and they're monetizing off of social media too. Like, let's not act like they're not monetizing enough to where, like, these people are used as dog whistles and scapegoats, and they're monetizing off of this. Because you tell me right now, if someone's not running for president or running for whatever, and they get endorsed by one of these content influencers, that's all a person needs, is one of these influencers to try to influence other young people to vote for them. Like, it is literally, I'm telling you, they know what they're doing. They're monetizing off of this shit. And it's just, it's, and a part of me is like, it's sad, but at the same time, get your money. Like, it's like, you guys will never understand the amount of like coworkers actually who've showed me like videos from like some of these content creators, as if like, their perspective on the topic that I may be talking to them about, right, is more important versus me as the person who has the lived experience of whatever topic we're talking about. And it's just like, it's so mind-boggling to me. Like, it's so mind-boggling to me how people talk about things and they don't understand it in a bigger picture versus single-minded. Like, so many of us are single-minded when it comes to certain things and to our experiences. So many of us are single-minded and not realizing that sometimes we have to step outside of our experiences and realize that everything is not the same. You know what I'm saying? Everything is bigger than what we see, how we see it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, and a lot of these content creators I want to add too is like, they know spreading negative shit and like misinformation is gonna get them views and likes. I mean, we talk about how people are obsessed with social media. These people know it's a mastermind. It's a game. That's why you see so many popping up. It's not, oh, I'm tired of being with the Democrats and I want better for America. It's, oh no, I can actually make some fucking money off this. Let me monetize the right way. It's almost as if like some of them are narcissistic too, but that's another thing. But overall, I would say that a lot of black conservatism is giving black resentment. Like, yes, black conservatism is giving black resentment. And I'm saying this because I understand it as a black man who is gay. Like, I felt resentment towards my own people, culture, and things of that sort. I did. For so long, I've always felt like my own community does not accept me for who I am. Some people in the community accept me for who I am, but like, you know what I'm saying? It's always been a hard, like, and I feel like, especially when you're like in your adolescence, that's where it comes from the most. Being teased as a black person, being teased, like, okay, let me say this. I feel like black resentment stems from our adolescence because of you being a different black kid. Like, and follow me on this though. Follow this. I remember being teased for liking NSYNC. I remember being teased for liking to dance over one to play football or basketball or any sport, right? I remember being teased for wearing different shoes that weren't like Jordans or whatever it was. I remember being teased for talking a certain way. Like, and yes, this all happens to every race, but when you are black and you live in a black home and you live in a black neighborhood and you have a black family and you also in a black school, did I say black school the first time? Whatever. Being a oddball is always being seen as being white, always. And so you always are going to get treated differently. And I remember I got treated differently a lot in high school, a lot, and not just middle school, all that. And so like when you become older and you're like, okay, I can control, you have so much of that uncharted like resentment that you have not been able to let go, or trauma that you have not been able to let go, that you start to spew that shit out against your own people at times. And it's crazy. Like, I'm for real. And I remember being one of those gay dudes who, like, I didn't fuck with black people at one point. I remember I used to say coon, and you know what I'm saying, people used to get at me for saying that shit. Like, I remember one of my homeboys was like, sometimes, bro, I be feeling like you don't like black people. And I was like, man, like, but that's not what I'm trying to give. It's just, I be so irritated with black people. I be so irritated with my own people at times. And I was like, okay, let me switch that up some, you know, cause like, I shouldn't be calling my niggas coons, and like, I mean, I should be out here calling people coons and like stuff like that. Like, that shit ain't cool, bro. That shit is not motherfucking cool. Like, I can't be out here doing that, bro. So like, I switched it up, and I was like, man, it was just really hard being a black and gay man. And so when I came out, I started realizing like, damn, bro, that shit was not cool back then when I was doing all that. And it was because I realized I did have some type of black resentment towards my own people. You know what I'm saying? And I realized that I did have a fucking like resentment towards my own folks. So when I look at people like a Candace Owens, all these people, I feel like these people have some level of resentment that they have not got over yet. And whether that happened in their adolescence, it could be the unhealthy relationship with their mother, unhealthy relationship with their father, their cousins, their friends, you know what I'm saying, whatever it is, or just unhealthy relationships with black people, or experiencing black people, and you know, through and through the world. You know, of course you're gonna feel a certain way you feel. Anybody will turn into an Uncle Ruckus if every day that they see a black person and they have a negative experience with them, of course they'll turn into an Uncle Ruckus in a second eventually. But that's all I gotta say. Next question. All right, so on your latest show where you were talking about body positivity with the ladies, and you were talking about having a femme presenting body, do you still feel that way? And do you feel like body imagery issues in the gay community comes from what we see online? So, okay. So for your first question, yes, I do still feel like I have a femme presenting body. There's days where I hate it. There's days where I'm cool with it. Like, it is what it is. I'm in a gym. I work out a lot. So, you know, when I get that little nice chest pump, I'm like, ooh. And I be like, ooh, look at these titties. Like, they sitting up, like, boom. And then, bitch, there's some days where I'm like, ooh, bitch, these titties gotta go. My back hurting. Like, like, I mean, like, bitch, they gotta go. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just, it's an inflex, but I mean, I'm still thinking about getting surgery. It is what it is. Like, that's the only part of my body that I feel like is femme presenting. Like, I don't have a lot of hips, or I ain't got no girly shape, you know, it's more masculine. It's just the chest part is where I don't like, especially like sometimes I'll take pictures and, I'll look at it like, oh girl, I gotta get rid of these, or, you know, it is what it is though. Like, I'm not too pressed about it as much as I used to be, but I'm still like, now that I'm getting older, I'm like, okay, I'm going to be 35 this year. Do I really want to enter in my 40s like that, you know, or whatever it is. It's just, that's how I thought about it at least. But well, we'll see. 6 months from now, we'll see when I, you know, what I'm gonna look like by the fall. See what my body is doing. But yeah, to answer your second question, yes, I do believe that body imagery issues are literally stemmed from a lot of things for the gay community. I think that a lot of people don't realize the hoops and loops that we go through to be able to obtain like a certain type of body, because I think that body has status. Like, your body type has a status. It has a status to it. Like, it gives you some type of notoriety. Like, people, you know, respect you and look at, it's pretty privileged. You know, if you have a bomb ass body, like, everybody wants to be around you. They want to talk to you. You look more approachable. You are more attractive. So they want to talk to you and think that, you know, you're a God-giving person. And I realize that. And I think a lot of gay people strive to do that. Like, they go to the gym, they take steroids. Like, they don't care about competing at all, but they're taking steroids so they can have a certain type of body type. And it's very toxic. It's a toxic thing. Like, I know so many gay men who take steroids, and they're not bodybuilders or powerlifters. They just want to have a certain beefy body to look good for, you know, social media. They want the notoriety that comes along with it. It really is a sad thing for men. Like, I think one of the things I do want to tackle this season is about, especially it also being men's mental health month. I do believe that that's one of the things that I do want to talk about with body positivity is like, it's sad that people don't understand, like, you know, there's a lot of things that goes along with this whole chasing a certain type of body thing. And I know for a fact, because I've been chasing a certain body type for years and I have not obtained it yet, you know, so there's that. But yeah, I just wish people really take into consideration of how toxic it can be. Like, I've seen so many people put themselves in situations to obtain a certain body. It's very, very sad. Like, very sad. For instance, I can attest there was a time where I literally would not eat before an event or a social gathering because I didn't want to look bloated, or I didn't want to look a certain way, or I didn't want to feel fat or look fat. So I didn't eat until I got until after the event, and I was hungry as fuck. And I didn't eat though until after the event. Like, that's toxic. Or the many times that I will go to the gym before Barracuda so I can have a nice little body pump or arm pump or chest pump before I go into the club, and so people can see my muscles bulging. I'll go give me a nice little pump. Like, we do this so much to ourselves in order to be liked and loved by people, and it's just very fucked up. It's unhealthy as fuck. And we normalize this shit so much. We normalize it, and it becomes so toxic, and it breeds so many people into, like, you know, these surgeries trying to perfect something that's not meant to be perfected, you know. So, but at the same time, when you want to go get a surgery. Just understand that when you get that surgery, it's going to come along with other things. You're going to want to go get this, you're going to go get that, you're going to go get this. You're just never going to be satisfied. So that's why I'm so scared about getting my chest done, because I'm just so scared that I'm going to start, after I get my chest done, okay, I want to get abs now. Okay, after I get abs, I want to get a dick implant. Oh, after I got that, oh, I want to get some thigh. I want to get a BBL. Nah, I don't want no fucking BBL. Nah. But it'll be cute though. Ooh. Anyways, can you just imagine BBL Bubba? Like, no, bro. BBL Bubba. Shit, that is too fucking funny. Anyways, next question. This question is a little deep, and I'm scared to talk about it on here only because of my current situation. But so I saw you make a post about being an unrequited lover. What does that mean? So unrequited love is when it's pretty much just like a one-sided situationship or relationship, or like the person that you're pursuing is not pursuing you the way that you're pursuing them. So ultimately, the person probably is not into you like that, but you just keep chasing after them. It's easy to get caught up in though. So, especially if you haven't been in a relationship before, or you haven't been in one in a while, it's easy. And also, if you don't have self-respect for yourself, or you don't create boundaries and shit like that, it becomes a thing, you know what I mean? But I talked about this in therapy with my friend, or my therapist, and he told me that unrequited love has like 5 stages, and a lot of people don't really take into consideration of what unrequited love is, and that people get stuck in these stages of unrequited love for a long time. And so the first stage is denial. Like, the first stage of denial is where most people think that they're in a relationship with somebody or a situationship with somebody, and they think that it's actually going good, but in fact, it's probably not going good. And they go all out their way to make sure that everything they talk about, or they're trying to talk about with the person, like, they're trying to make it seem like this person really wants them, this person wants that. They're making excuses for the person, when in fact, the person really doesn't want to be with you like that. They don't want to fuck with you like that. And their actions are not leading up with their words, pretty much. Stage 2 is anger, and that is like the most vicious stage, because, people tend to internalize anger, or they, become self-destructive, or they take it out on their friends or family, or whether that's, your coworkers or people at work, whatever it is, it becomes, a problematic situation. And for me, I internalize everything. So I know for a fact that I get very internalized. I feel like, okay, for instance, on TikTok, I was talking about with my therapist how I create storyboards in my head. And so when it comes to dating people, sometimes I will, because I'm like this hopeless romantic, I kind of build this story up in my head, and like how I'm going to be with this person, how we're going to fall in love. And, we tend to build like this fairy tale. And then when we realize the expectation of what we want is not going to be what we're going to get, we get all angry. And a lot of times it'd be us doing it to ourselves. So it's okay, but at the same time, you gotta figure out like how to correct that shit, because you don't want to go too far in that. I'm telling you, you don't want to. The other stage 3, is like bargaining. Like, so people tend to like to bargain like their love, like, and that's the worst stage, like, because especially for a person like me, I'm very prideful and I don't like begging for shit. So if I'm begging you for something, like, understand that I must be like really like you, for not even necessarily not begging, bargaining, because begging and bargaining is different. I'm not begging nobody for shit. But if I'm like trying my hardest to like, you know, get to see you or do something with you or this and that, and I'm like trying to make time, or I'm switching shit around in my schedule to see you, like, I must really like you a lot. So understand that, you know what I'm saying? That's a real thing. But in hindsight, you know, it's true that, you know, love will make a motherfucker do some crazy shit. I'm telling you, or sex, some good dick will make you do some crazy shit, right? But I've seen so many people be in these relationships and it's always toxic, you know, like, and a lot of times, you know, those relationships that I see like this, they tend to have children, and it's like, that's the part that's the saddest too. It's like when you have kids with this person and like, you know, dating someone that has kids. Okay, let me stop before I even say some fucked up shit and get in trouble. I get canceled. I ain't gonna even say that. I'm not gonna say that or put my personal business out there, but let me shut up. But no, I think people go out their way to do things for people to stay with them, and it's just like, no, honey, don't bargain your love like that. Don't just give people the one up on you like that. Like, the relationship is never going to be great. If you got to bargain your love with somebody, the relationship is never going to be great. Isn't like compromising and bargaining are two different things as well. Compromising in a relationship is totally different than bargaining with somebody. Like, if you do this, you do that. If I do this, no, not doing it. It's so toxic. And then stage 4 is depression, and that's where everything gets dark. You know, that's when you want to call out from work, or you're going to call out from work and lay in bed all day. You know, you don't eat, your hygiene gets bad. It gets very self-destructive in that stage, and like, it feels like the world is ending, and the sadness will always be there. Like, that's how it feels. Like, it's just so doomy and gloomy in that stage. So I hate it. And then stage 5 is acceptance. It's like, you finally wake up one day and you're like, okay, this motherfucker don't want me. Like, it's me or him. Like who am I gonna choose? And hopefully you choose you. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully you choose you, because that's when you wake up and you're like, fuck. Like, cause I know for a fact there's been times where I'm like, I really sit up here and wasted all this goddamn time crying over this ugly motherfucker. Like, what was it so good about this person that made me be like, oh my God, I want to be with them? You know, like, it's so fucked up. But again, you get to a point where you finally get to wake up and fix your life and, you know, revamp it or whatever you got to do to just like focus on you and like do you. Like, that's what happens in stage 5. But the thing is like, the thing about unrequited love is that people linger in two of the stages, and that's denial and depression. Denial and depression are the two things that denial and depression are the two stages that people linger in the most. So it's the feelings that you got to go through. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully, if you have friends, like, if you are feeling like an unrequited lover, like, I do believe that you need to talk to people. Like, you need to talk to your friends, like trusted friends, not someone just gonna tell you, girl, be with that man. You don't know if that's gonna be the one. You know what I'm saying? No, talk to people and have conversations with people. You know, get a therapist. Like, have those conversations, because I think sometimes we get stuck in situations and waste so much time with people that are really not meant for us, and it's just our infatuation with wanting to be with them. And telling you right now, it's not worth it, baby. It's not worth it. Not at all. Next question. I like saying that now. Next question. What anime do you watch? So right now I'm watching Demon Slayer. I started watching it from season 1. It's really fucking good. It's actually great. I was loving it from the first episode. I was like, oh my God, this is dope. I fucking love this shit. This shit is so dope. But to be honest, I'm not really an anime head. Like, I love Dragon Ball Z. I've been watching Dragon Ball Z since I was like fucking 7, 8 years old. So like, that's the only thing I've ever watched. To be honest, when I was 7, 8 years old, I just thought Dragon Ball Z was an actual cartoon. I didn't know it was considered an anime or a manga. Well, manga and anime is two different things things too, but I didn't realize that it was considered an anime. So like I didn't know that. I just thought it was a cartoon, and until I got older I was like, oh, anime, okay, cool. So I watched a lot of that. I watched some shows like One Punch Man. I've only seen season 1 of One Punch Man actually, and I haven't even finished that season. And then is it called Baki or Baku or Baki, whatever it's called. I watched a few episodes of that and I didn't really like it too much. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that shit right though. I think I pronounced Baki, whatever. So I watched that. But Demon Slayer is really good. And my friend, he's talking about giving me a list though. So I'm gonna like get the list and then make a list of the things I watched and finished. So we'll see. Next question on. What is something in the gay community that irritates you? Girl, you want to go here? Cause I'm finna. Oh, okay. Oh, bitch. One of the things that irritates me in this motherfucking community, you know what? I really don't fucking understand. We live in 2023 where everybody has a smartphone at this point, right? I hope you got a smartphone. Even the smart flip phones got front cameras, right? So I don't understand how it is so hard to take an ass picture on a phone. Why is it so hard? No, seriously. Why is it so hard for you to take an ass picture on your motherfucking phone if you have a front camera and a back camera? Most smartphones have timers on them. You put that motherfucker up on a wall, you put it up against the wall, bend your ass over, don't open it. Don't open your cheeks. Just bend your ass over. Toot that ass up. Let me see. Like, that's what I want to see. I want to see that ass. Like, if I'm asking for a dick, like, it's just like dick pics. Like, if there's an angle, I know the angles for dick pics. Yes, I know the angles that make it look bigger and whatever, you know, it's cool. Right. But like, I'm not like, I ain't got no small dick or anything, but still, it's just that I wish people could understand that when it comes to like taking an ass picture, like you know how to do it, you just don't want to do it. And it could be a self-conscious thing, but I don't understand it. And then I don't understand the motherfuckers who love to send pictures of their booty hole. Why are you sending me a picture of your booty hole? Like, girl, I want to see the whole entire ass, not your booty hole. You're sending me a whole ass picture of your motherfucking booty hole. Like, why do you think that's acceptable and it's okay to send me a picture of your booty hole? Like, I don't get it. I really don't fucking get it. Like, girl, you really think I want to see your booty hole? Like, I mean, yeah, I understand I might eat ass and like, I like to see a little pretty booty hole and shit, like, you know, it is, but like, bro, you're really like sending me a picture of your booty hole. That's just weird. It's weird as fuck, bro. Like, I don't understand it. Next question. So, well, the last question too. How do you be so comfortable? I don't think I'm comfortable as much as people like to see that I am. Thank you for saying that though. I am always nervous, like always motherfucking nervous, y'all. Like I'm always in my head. I'm always feeling some type of way about something. I internalize everything. And I just like adapted a way to be to myself and learn from my experiences in situations, you know what I'm saying? In different situations, I should say. But what I will say is what I've learned is a way of cultivating a way to create spaces where I can fit in so I can be myself 100% of the time. But the sucky part is that what I've realized is that I'll grow certain spaces due to, you know, certain things changing in my life. And so then now I got to end up cultivating a new way or a new space, you know, for my current situation, for my new growth. So, it feels like it's being wishy-washy at times, but I just feel like everyone needs their own safe spaces. You know what I'm saying? I know that's a buzzword for most people because I know the Republicans and conservatives, they hate hearing that word, but I think everyone builds their own safe spaces, regardless if you're a woman, you're a man, you know, masculine, non-masculine, androgynous, straight, gay, lesbian, Latino, Asian, white, black, whatever. I think everybody creates their own safe spaces so they can be themselves 100% of the time. So that's just to me. But yeah, hey guys, this is the end of the show. I want to say thank you again to everybody that likes, share, and subscribes to my show. I really do appreciate you guys. I want to give a shout out to my homegirl Adriana Oliver. Every time I see someone asking about podcasts, my name is right there, Bubba's Banter. And I'll be like, ooh, friend, like, I gotta give her a shout out because, like, I'm telling you, that's love. Like, that's motherfucking love. When people do that, like, y'all don't understand. Like, that feels good. When I hop on Instagram or I hop on Facebook and I see that my name when someone's searching for a podcast, someone tags me, that shit feels good. That someone's actually listening to my show. For real, like, that shit feels really, really good. And I really just want to say thank you again. Special thank you to Adriana. Like, I love you for doing that to me, girl. Cause like, it makes me happy. It makes me feel like, okay, I'm doing the right thing. I'm actually doing something, you know, like having someone actually like my show and shit like that. But thank you again, guys. Also, guys, I want to ask, if you listen to my show, you subscribe to my show, please rate and please leave comments. When you guys rate and comment on whatever device you're listening on, it gives the device more notoriety about me and it puts me more in the algorithm of new podcasts to listen to. So if you guys are like actually leaving, comments and rating my show, people actually, it goes into the algorithm and it gets me discovered more. So if you do, please rate me on whatever platform. I would say please rate me on Spotify because that's who I'm powered by. Spotify for Podcasters now hosts my show. So please, if you guys are using Spotify, rate it and leave a comment in there, please. Thank you. So yes, guys, you know where to follow me at, which is Bubba's Banter Podcast on Instagram, The Real Doc Dre. Also follow my Facebook page, which is Bubba's Banter. And also, guys, I really am thinking about doing a TikTok. So we'll see what happens in the next few months with that, though. Again, thank you guys for liking and sharing, subscribing, and I'll see you guys, or I'll hear from you guys when the show come out.